So, good afternoon. We are the group 2 and we will discuss about the private and public digital self. So, the topic is the digital self, public digital self, private digital self, difference of public and private digital self, public self-consciousness, public self-awareness, the concept of the digital self, the impact of digital self-importance and understanding the self, similarities between public and private self, and the last is self and other cyberspace. So I will begin digital self. So digital self is the persona you use when you are online. Some people maintain one or more online identities that are distinct from the real world selves. Others have a single online self that's more or less the same as the one they inhabit in the real world. So, persona means the personality that an individual projects to others as differentiate from the authentic self. The term coined by Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung is derived from the Latin persona, referring to the mask worn by Etruscan mimes. So, digital self refers to the presentation of an individual in a digital information and data associated with an individual, including persona information, online activities, social media presence, digital identity, and online reputation. So, it is becoming increasingly important today's digital age, where the people are increasingly connected to the internet using digital technologies to interact, work, and socialize. And an individual digital self can have a significant impact on their personal and professional lives, as it can shape how they are perceived by others, influence their online reputation, and affect their opportunities on in the digital world. So, managing one's digital self requires being mindful of the information and data that is shared online, maintaining strong passwords, regularly updating privacy settings, and being cautious about the types of online activities one engages in. So, additionally, individuals can also take steps to cultivate a positive digital self, such as building a professional online presence, contributing to online communities, and using social media in a responsible and truthful manner. So, the remaining topic will discuss by my members.
Human being are Human beings are conscious not only of the world around them but also of themselves, their activities, their bodies, and their mental lives. They are, that is, self-conscious or equivalently self-aware. Self-consciousness can be understood as an awareness of oneself, but a self-conscious subject is not just aware of something that merely happens to be themselves, as one is if one sees an old photograph without realizing that is oneself. Rather, a self-conscious subject is aware of themselves. It is manifest to them that they themselves are the object of awareness. Self-consciousness is a form of consciousness that is paradigmatically expressed in English by the words I, me, and my, terms that each of us uses to refer to ourselves as such.
The existence of a digital self does not imply that the self is divided into physical and digital components, but rather that the emphasis is on the e-ogens. This e-ogens sees as the internet front stage, such as in the form of social media profile when we post and interact. Zhao 2005. When we speak of the digital self, we refer to the self as it exists in digital realms. This varies depending on that individual because some of us prefer to live online under a or anonymous persona separate from our physical selves. In contrast, others consider the digital are more holistic identity that extend beyond that physical. The digital self is the persona you present online. The people have one or more online identities that are distinct from their real world selves while others have a single online self that is similar to the one they inhabit in the real world.
Good day, sir. I'm here to report about the similarities of public and private self. The public self is the view of oneself by others as conveyed through public information, public action, and interaction with others. The public self generally depends on the public for definition, but it is also an individual's view of how he or she fits in actions taken while in public. Private self, the part of the self is known mainly to oneself, such as one's inner feelings and self-concept. It may be similar to or different from other public self one reveals to others. Both have similarities, like both are types of self-awareness and self-consciousness. Both are human traits. It is what you reveal in public on what you like to do in private.
I will discuss the public self and private self in additional attention directed toward private self aspects appears to intensify current emotional experience, positive or negative. Public self consciousness is associated with phenomena that involve perceptions of how other people view the self. Example, the public self is the view of oneself by others as conveyed through public information, public action, and interaction with others. The public self generally depends on the public for definition, but is also an individual's view of how he or she fits in an action taken while in public. Then the private self is this this types happens when people aware of some aspect of the self but only in private way. For example, seeing in your face in the mirror is a type of a private self. That is the difference of private self and public self.
Public digital self. Information about the self or integrated views of the self, descriptions, appearance, and social interactions. An individual's public self may vary depending on the target or audience of such impression. The part of the self that is known mainly to oneself, such as one's inner feelings and self-concept. It may be similar to or different from the public self one reveals to other. See also social identity.
Digital self is important in understanding the self. It is the aspect of the self that is expressed or shared to others through the use of digital technology, especially the internet and social networking. This sharing of personal information on social networking sites may be related to the adolescent and also adult strong desire for social approval and acceptance.
A private digital self. A private digital self refers to the set of personal information, data, and online activities that an individual chooses to keep private and secure in the digital realm. It includes the various aspects of an individual's digital identity that they do not want to share with others, such as their browsing history, search queries, social media activity, and online transactions. In today's digital age, where people are increasingly reliant on technology and the internet, maintaining a private digital self has become more important than ever. This is because personal data is often collected and used by the online services, companies, and organizations, which can pose a threat on individuals' privacy, security, and even identity. To maintain digital self, individuals can take various measures such as using strong passwords, enabling two-factor authentication, avoiding public Wi-Fi networks, using virtual private networks or VPNs, and being mindful of the types of information they share online. Additionally, individuals can also consider using privacy focused consider using encrypted messaging apps, anonymous browsers, and privacy-oriented search engines to further protect their online privacy and keep their private digital self secure.